The Patriot Barbie dresses up as a cat to humiliate trans teacher at school board meeting.
I am a cat. Meow, meow. I'm not a woman dressed as a cat. I am a cat. By show of hands, I'm curious, how many of you believe and confess that I'm a cat? Great. By show of hands, I'm curious, how many of you believe that your child or a child from this school would believe that I'm actually a cat? No one. And not only does he appear in front of the children and insist that the children, define him as a woman, but he sits on the board and he's making decisions for these children. And the point that I was trying to make as a cat was that, obviously you can't just identify as whatever you want, and you can't demand that other people identify you as whatever you want.
Well, not Lady G, but the female Lindsey Graham, the host of the podcast Patriot Barbie, dressed up as a cat and went to a school board meeting in a bizarre attempt to humiliate a transgender teacher. During the school board meeting, she said, quote, "I am a cat, meow, meow. I'm not a woman dressed as a cat, but I am a cat. By show of hands, I'm curious how many of you believe and confess that I'm a cat," end quote. Graham was interviewed on Fox News, still in her cat costume, complete with face paint and a nose ring, and said that she was upset that one of the teachers at the school is transgender, and this was her way of fighting the woke agenda. She did not specify whether she actually has kids at that school or in the teacher's class, or if she just decided to harass the teacher for fun. In the Fox interview, Graham said, quote, "Not only does he appear in front of the children and insist that the children, define him as a woman, but he sits on the board and he's making decisions for these children. Obviously, you can't just identify as whatever you want. You can't demand that others identify you as whatever you want," end quote. So this was comedic. This was hilarious. It's like, what's going on in your household, ma'am, that you really felt that you needed to do this? We are in 2022. Wake up, please, and thank you. Like, why are we still doing this? And as for children, where there's a lot of regard for our children, I believe that what we keep from our children is the biggest issue. Mm-hmm. That is the reason why our kids are out here doing so much craziness. It's because what they're not allowed to do at home, and that is just be free and express themselves in a healthy environment. Wake up, ma'am.
Unfortunately, this is a case where curiosity did not kill the cat. Mm-hmm. And she's not just a cat, she's a slutty cat, okay? And this is what it sounds like when she talks. This is what it sounds like if a cat in heat could speak. That's what her voice sounds like.
Well, I'm just going to say, leopard print is not her color. And
to be fair, leopard print is no one's right.
Clearly, you haven't been to New Jersey. We are the land of leopard and cheetah, my man.
Oh, I've been.
Wow.
And and you're wearing this hip retro MTV, not leopard print, because
listen,
because you know better, because you were raised right.
I rep my party.
I just have one question, just for the lesbian women and other women who may be watching us.
Oh boy.
Do the pussy jokes write themselves here?
Clearly. Yep.
I want to point out, go back to something she said in her quote. You can't just identify as whatever you want. Okay, she's on a technical wording. She's right. You're not identifying as what you want. You're identifying as who you are.
Right. Correct.
And then she goes on to say, you can't demand that others identify you as whatever you want. Yes, you can. It's called demanding basic respect. Right. Mm-hmm. You don't have to understand it to just not harass it. Right. And that is so crucial to this whole argument around it.
Well, in language, she's using the wrong words to describe what she's talking about, and so her point is pointless.
Yeah. Yes.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.